guys, he's here. I had my baby on August 7th at about 10 o'clock in the morning. Do you want to say hi to everybody? He's kind of in a rotten mood right now. There he is. He's got his Frankenstein monster shirt on. Outfit on from Angel Leo. He's probably like, get that light out of my face. So I kind of wanted to just tell you guys the story of what happened when I went into labor and all that stuff. No like weird, gross details, but just like it was an experience, I'll say that much. So, well, first of all, I'll tell you his name. His name is Valerius, and it's spelled V-A-L-E-R-I-U-S, and we call him Val for short. We kind of came up with the name because from the movie Conan, we liked the girl character in that movie, Valeria, and if we were having a girl, we were gonna name her Valeria, but we found it was a boy, so we figured we'd do the male version of the name, hence Valerius. And I think it's like a Latin or Roman name, and it means strong one, which he is, because he has like a lot of strength. Like if he has his arm up and you try to get it down, there's like no getting it down. Like he just is very powerful for only being 19 days old so far. So what happened was, it was Saturday evening. Me and John were at McDonald's having a burger, and I was like, oh, I feel like weird pains. Like it was just like kind of weird cramping, and they were happening like every 5 minutes. I was like, oh, maybe I'm starting to go into labor, because they were gonna induce me on the Sunday coming up, the next Sunday, which was the next day, because I was a week overdue. So I was like, oh, let's just see what happens. They say like when they're like 3 minutes apart, then you should go to the hospital. That's what they told me. So we went home, and then things got like a little bit more intense. Like they were stronger contractions, and they were happening every 3 minutes. So I was like, I think we're supposed to go to the hospital. That's what they told us to do, even though they weren't like horrible yet. So we went to the hospital, which is like an hour away from us, like 45 minutes to an hour. And we get there, and I just tell them what's going on. They're like, and like this doctor, I freaking hated her. She couldn't have been more than like 25 years old. She talked through her nose like this. She was so annoying. So we went in, and she's like, wow, you're in early labor. You're only at 1 centimeter. I'm like, okay, but my contractions are every 3 minutes apart. Didn't you say to come in when they were 3 minutes apart? Well, it's still considered early labor. And I was like, okay. So she's like, go home, try to get some sleep, and relax. And then, you know, if they get more intense, then come back in or call. I was like, all right. So we went home, drove home 45 minutes, and we get home, and I think it was like, I don't even know what time at this point. Maybe like midnight or something. There was no going to sleep. Like, I'm having like labor pains, and mind you, they like weren't like horrific, but like, how was I supposed to get comfortable? So, and they were happening every 3 minutes. So John slept. I stayed awake the whole night in pain. And then the next morning, I think it was like 11 o'clock in the morning, I was like, okay, they're pretty bad now. Like, we should go back to the hospital. So we head back to the hospital. The same doctor's there. She says the same thing to me. You're still in early labor. You're only 1 centimeter still. I'm like, but like, what am I supposed to do? Why don't you just admit me, and like, can you give me an epidural so I can sleep, because I'm wicked tired and I'm in a lot of pain right now. And she's like, you know, you're still at 1 centimeter.
And I was like, bitch, give me drugs.
No, we can't do that because you're only at 1 centimeter. I'm like, I'm gonna kill this bitch. So she was like, walk around the hospital for 2 hours and see if anything changes. I'm like, okay, let's walk around the hospital. So we walk around the hospital for 2 hours, and like every 3 minutes, I'm like hunched over like a railing somewhere, like breathing heavy, like, oh my God, this is killing me. So 2 hours is up, we go back. I'm still at 1 centimeter. She sends me home again. We end up going to John's parents' house, and they live like 15, 20 minutes away from the hospital, because I'm like, I'm not driving an hour home and then say things get worse and I have to go all the way back. So we ended up going to his parents' house, and at this point, like, it was awful. Like, I was in so much pain, I thought I was gonna lose my mind. I was hyperventilating, I was crying my eyes out, and I was just like, oh my God, I kept going, I can't do this. I can't do this. I'm like, how is this early labor if I'm in so much freaking pain? I was like, I thought at this point, like, I would have been in the hospital, admitted to the hospital and had an epidural and like everything and been like, you know, just chilling out, but no. So I waited 3 hours and like, I was just like bawling my eyes out. And I was like, can we go to a different hospital? Like, I don't even care. I'm like, I don't understand why they won't admit me. I was so mad. So finally, after 3 hours, I called the hospital back and I talked to the doctor, go, you need to do something because I'm in excruciating pain. Don't tell me to relax because I can't. Well, come in and we'll assess the situation again. So I go back in and finally she's like, okay, you're at 2 centimeters. So we can give you an epidural now. And I was like, thank God. So they're doing like the whole process of like, they had to scan like my bracelet and all this crap. They had the wrong information for me. So then I had to wait and they had to like redo the information and do it, I don't know, something in the computer, get me a new bracelet. So then they take me to a room, I think it's like the labor room or whatever, and the electricity goes out. So they're like, okay, we're gonna have to move you. I'm like, oh my God. And all this whole time, you know, I'm in like tons of pain. Like, it was like nothing that I like have ever experienced or imagined it would feel like. It was like the worst thing ever. And so they moved me to another room, and then they were supposed to get the person to come and do the epidural, the specialist, and something happened. They weren't available. They had to page somebody else. So they got somebody else to come do it. This girl comes in to do it, and she's like, okay, I'm gonna give you like a little bit of like anesthetic, like a little shot in your back. And then when you get the actual epidural, you won't feel it. And I was like, okay. So I felt a little pinch from the needle. And she's like, okay, I'm gonna do the epidural. You know, she didn't feel anything. I'm like, ow! She's like, you felt that? I'm like, yes. So then they had to put it like in a different spot. I think there was like 2 different spots they put it in. And then she like does it again. I'm like, ow! She's like, oh, you're feeling that? I'm like, yes. So, I mean, it wasn't that bad, but I felt it. And then after that, I felt great. They like put me in the bed. And I think at this point it was like midnight or something like that. No, maybe it was a little earlier than that. Maybe it was like 8 o'clock or something like that. So whatever, the drugs started working, and then they were like, there was no AC, like the AC wasn't working either. So they had to like wheel in this huge like AC unit, set up a cot for John, and they were thinking about kicking him out of the room because there was no room for the AC and for his cot. It was just like ridiculous. I'm like, where the hell am I? But anyways, so I slept off and on that night. So Sunday night, I slept off and on until about 8 o'clock in the morning when they were going to switch doctors. Because I was like, I do not want that friggin' nasally bitch delivering my baby. Like, I did not like her at all. So she was gone, and a new doctor came in, and they were like, the nurse basically did all the work. They're like, okay, you're going to push now. And I'm like, okay, where's the doctor? And like, they don't call him until like the last minute. But the pushing was like not that bad. The only issue I had, like, I didn't feel anything really. The only issue I had was like my stomach was nauseous. So like, you know, and you're tensing up to push, I was like, ugh, I'm gonna throw up. But that was about it. It was like nothing compared to like the contractions I was having before and when they sent me home. So yeah, that was like my horrible experience. I know everybody's different, and other women are probably like, I've been through the same thing, but like, just experience it myself. I'm like, oh my God, like, I did not expect that. You know, we had talked about having another kid maybe in a couple of years, but like when I was going and having those contractions, I was like, I'm never having a kid again. I'm never doing this again. I was like, this is awful. But I don't know, who knows if I'll change my mind. Plus my age comes into play because I am 37 and like, you know, that you're like high risk. When the older you get, obviously, and like I'm 40, like, I don't know, plus me having the Lyme disease, it's really difficult. So, but anyways, yeah, here he is. He's been good. Like, the only thing that's hard is he doesn't sleep through the night. He likes to sleep all day long. Like, he's awake right now only because I'm holding him and kind of keeping him awake. But at nighttime, like, he will not sleep. Like, because I'm on nighttime duty because John works. So he'll sleep like 2 hours and I'll sleep on the couch during that time. And then like he'll wake up for like an hour or two and then he'll sleep for another 2 hours and I'll be able to sleep for another 2 hours. So needless to say, stop scratching your face. He loves to scratch his face. He's like, I don't know why. I'm exhausted. I don't even know how I put my makeup on and like did my hair kind of right now because I'm just so tired. I'm like literally like running on fumes. Like I don't even know like how I'm awake, and like people come to visit and stuff like after dinner and I'm like falling asleep. I'm like, can you go home? Like, I want to go to bed. It's 7 o'clock. But yeah, I just thought I would introduce you guys to him, and I don't know, we're so excited and happy, and like obviously I think he's cute. I hope you guys think that he's cute too. I don't think that like any parent thinks their baby's ugly. But I think he's a mixture of both me and John. But yeah, so I just wanted to share that story with you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're a goth mom or a metalhead mom like me, let me know about your experience. If you had a horrible delivery or labor experience or dealing with hospital staff that were terrible, I'd like to hear about it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And until next time, stay dark, my friends. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!